All right. So welcome everyone, and allow me a moment. I have a couple of folks waiting in the room here. Okay. All right. Welcome everyone. So today we are running this workshop called Forgiveness Workshop. So what we do is how would this workshop look and how will be the whole process? I'll quickly take you through that. We look at why is this at all important first. So we'll just go through in terms of what is forgiveness or why is it important, and then eventually move on to any kind of things that you're holding up in your energy system, in your physical body system. Energy system, when I say, I'll come to that as well in terms of what do I mean when I say that. And when we've done that, you would see that there's a lot of letting go and work that has happened. So this is the whole process will look like understanding what we are doing today in terms of forgiveness, in terms of details of it, and then eventually moving on to doing it for ourselves. And then this is just a step into moving to love completely, right? And that's it. So I'll be sharing my screen, and please feel free to share ask any questions, share anything that you want to. And if you feel there's anything private that you would not like to share on a public platform, then you can send me a one-on-one text on the Zoom chat. I'll take a look at it and I'll address your stuff without the need to quote you in any way. So please feel free. This is an open space. This is non-judgmental completely. This is your time, your space. Please utilize it that way. I'm not here to tell you anything that you don't know already. I'm just here to remind you what you already know and just to reignite the love that there is inside of you. So I'm only here to hold this space over for you. And here we begin. So I'll start sharing my screen. Allow me a moment. All right. Are you guys able to see my screen? Okay, cool. All right. So, well, like the topic says of the post that I put out, which said forgiveness, it is the surest way to love. Now, the question that I was asked before we began this conversation was, why am I talking about this to you? A very quick brief into my journey and my life, a very quick one. So I've been a human being like all of you, and pretty much been through ups and downs in life. Today I am a mom. I have a child who's almost about 11 years old now, and I also have 2 dogs. And I've been a daughter, I've been a sister, I've been a mother, I've been a wife, and and so on. Whatever relationships, a friend, and all of that. I've been in the corporate space. I've also left the corporate space and started my own work. Now, in all of this, I've gone through a lot of things, which means related to relationships, related to health, related to wealth, related to, so many things in terms of experiences like we all go through. Our life is a collection of the experiences that we're going through. And in all of this, there was a lot of anger, there was a lot of frustration, there was a lot of resentment that I started to hold against people who in any way hurt me, who in any way betrayed me, or who in any way caused me harm, or probably just caused me a difficulty mentally or emotionally. And in some cases, I've also been hurt physically. So in any case that anyone harmed me or put any kind of emotion into me which wasn't feeling comfortable, I had a lot of anger for them. And that anger, of course, was constantly keeping me away from those people, but at the same time, it was causing me a lot of trouble in my life. And of which in the last, I kind of, 5 years back, I had broken down completely, physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, spiritually, completely, like bedridden, no good relationships in life, only toxic relationships, no money in the bank, no ability to move, and whatever else you may think. If somebody's hit their lowest point, I was there back then, 5 years back. And how am I here today is what forgiveness contributes to in this journey. And hence I'm here just sharing this gift over with you, because it just is very close to my heart of why it has brought me here, amongst a lot of other things that I've done. But this is a very, very important step that has brought me here. And why I'm talking to you about this, because today, in these 5 years, there is a lot of journey that I've covered. And after being there. I'm today a certified spiritual healer and coach. I'm also a TEDx speaker. I'm also create your best life coach, which means that I enable people to overcome any limitations that they may have in any area of their life and actually live their best lives. I'm also an emotional mental health advocate, and I actively pursue conversations around emotional and mental health because those are not things that we've been focusing on for the years that we've been focusing on a lot of other things which are kind of harmful towards our emotional and mental health. So that's what I do right now. I've also served as one of the council members of Wiki Karnataka Mental Health. I'm not doing that anymore, however. So this is just about who am I today and who I was 5 years back. 5 years back, I was none of this. I was just a human being who could not do anything at all. So, who did I become when I practiced forgiveness? I became a calmer person. I became a wiser person. I became more present instead of being sulking in my past and getting angry over those people or holding those grudges, or being in the future and thinking I am nowhere, I am a failure, and any such thing that could, of course, 5 years back, the way I was, this is what I would think of. I couldn't think of good things. So, learning to be in the present. And of course, I've become a healthy, wealthy, loving, and a loved person and very appreciated for my work. And I've learned to appreciate life. I've learned to appreciate people. And all of this together today, in all ways, manifests people in my life who genuinely I have loving and kind relationships with. So this is who I have become over this journey of how forgiveness has contributed into my life. Now, what is forgiveness primarily? Forgiveness is pretty simple. Let's divide the word, which is for and giving. This is for you. This is not for anyone else. This is precisely for you. And it is giving yourself the gift of freedom from all the emotional baggage that there could be, which is literally poison for our body, mind, and soul, of anger, resentment, revenge, bitterness, any energy of betrayals, of anything hurting people, anything and just anything that we may have which is not for the benefit of the other person in any way. If we are judging them, if we are comparing them, if we're bringing them down, shaming people, blaming people, all of that stuff, all of these kind of emotions. And this is not just all, there's a whole lot of magnitude of so many emotions that there are in terms of this, how this could come up in our lives in a day-to-day activities and things like that. Now, how the interesting point is that when we are holding any kind of anger, resentment, shame, blame, it's not just in one aspect of our life that we will be witnessing it. We may be angry on one person, but it will start to show up in every other area of our life, every other area. And it's a very common thing that you would get to hear in a personal development space, is that how we do one thing is how we do everything. If you are an angry person, you just would not be an angry person at your house. You would be an angry person in your office. You'd be an angry person on the road. You'd be an angry person when you're traveling. How much ever you may try to control your anger, but that anger will show up. So how you do one thing is not how you do, is exactly how you do everything. It could not be segregated. How much ever compartmentalization we do of our minds, our suppressed emotions, our unprocessed emotions tend to show up. They do show up in different forms and shapes, which could lead to, so if, let's say, if the anger is really unexpressed, unsuppressed, or unprocessed, unexpressed or unprocessed, and has been suppressed because there was no way to get it out in any healthy way, then it could look like bad relationships. It could look like bad relationship with money. It could look like addictions. It could look like self-abuse. It could look like abuse towards others, and so many more things. It could also look like bad health and many such things. So every emotion that is kind of suppressed, which is not expressed in a healthy way, tends to bring up so much more in every other aspect of our life, and which we tend to ignore and probably do not even recognize most times. And when we say, so we've seen this, this is important to, sometimes I just feel it's very important because the kind of things when I experienced in my life, and initially when I would step out of those situations, I wanted to take revenge, not in the way of going and hitting people, but in the way of, look, okay, I'll show them, I'll tell them who I am, and those kind of feelings where you want to prove yourself and all of that. But eventually I started to understand the hero's journey is not trying to prove. The hero's journey is actually trying to step away and find your own peace and your own space and your own calmness. And we don't see these heroes in our movies. We see the heroes who go beat the hell out of everybody. We see these heroes who will fight everything out and stuff. But quite literally, the hero that we have to awaken inside of ourselves is the hero that gets awakened from forgiveness. When we are able to forgive, we actually become that hero and we actually step into that role for ourselves. It's not about stepping up for that role for anyone else, it is about ourselves. So it opens up a channel of you being the hero in your life. And when you're a hero in your life, and I don't mean a hero by the gender of a male, I mean a hero, it could be any gender, from male, female to transgender or any other genders that are kind of getting acknowledged these days. All I mean to say is my vocab on that front is not very high, so hence I'm saying it this way. So all genders included, all we mean to say here is that if you get to become the hero of your life, which means you also get to curate your life the way you would want to and you would like to, not out of any other feelings, just out of the fact that you deserve it, right? Now, forgiveness also is about making space for good things to come. So let's look at this way. If there is, and I'm just looking at, okay, let's take this thing. I'm looking at something physical. If this is a space, right? Allow me a moment. I think I have someone who I have to allow. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, just had to allow someone from the waiting room. Okay. So let's look at this box. Now, there is a finite amount of space in this box. Can we just keep putting things inside it? Or would we need to just stop at some point? There's a very finite amount of space in this box. And if we only put things that are not needed, probably, right now, if there's AirPods inside this, and I may just decide to put anything, any fan, any other thing but this, what will happen eventually? This would be full. This would be full. And if I try to put the AirPods inside this, it would not go because it is full. And that's precisely what happens with our bodies. When we filled ourselves with all these emotions of anger, resentment, bitterness, hatred, all of these, and so many more, all of these emotions, our body doesn't have space. Our mind doesn't have space. Our heart doesn't have space to bring in the good things that are there for us. And good things are available to each one of us here. There is no question asking in terms of do I deserve it or do I don't. You deserve it and you must have it. Now the point is, have you made space for it? That's a question you get to ask yourselves. Yes, we tend to constantly see things happening around us or probably in our lives, and we think, okay, I don't think any good things are meant for me, or I don't feel good things are coming to me, and things like those. Those could be active thoughts that we could be running on. However, the essence of this is that, have we made space? Have we really cleaned this place up enough for these efforts to fit in, or probably anything to fit into our body, heart, and mind? Now that's what forgiveness does. It actually makes space for the good things to enter our life. And there are loads and loads of good things that can enter our life. We deserve for them to have it. They are available to us. Yes, there are just limiting beliefs which we need to overcome on the journey of getting those into our lives. Forgiveness pretty much releases stress. Most of us are dealing with anxiety, stress in different ways or other. It may not look like a disorder, but it is something that comes to us again and again and again. It comes to us in small bits and pieces. It comes to us in different formats. And we do tend to feel stressed at different points. And when you're able to forgive, forgiveness releases stress, anxiety, depression, sadness, anything that you're feeling which is not helping you become or step into a higher frequency of yours or higher feeling of yours. So when I say frequency, it just means how good are you feeling? Are you feeling calm? Are you feeling peaceful? If you're not feeling that, the anxiety and stress is a little lower version of feeling. That's it. Now, forgiveness is also the key to better physical health, to a better immune system, to other bodily functions, effective functioning of all other body functions. And at the same time, forgiveness opens the door to love, to peace, to calmness, to wisdom, and to letting go. They are very important virtues and values of our life in order for us to have a beautiful life that we could cherish and feel fulfilled with. Forgiveness enables confidence. You wouldn't have thought about this, right? Enables confidence, self-esteem, love, peace, calmness, wisdom, and letting go of every day-to-day aspects of our life. When we have confidence, when we have self-esteem and self-love enough for ourselves, then all of these things are a gift that come with it. Forgiveness also curates better relationships. And when we say better relationships, it's not about you to go back to the same person who hurt you. You don't have to, you just don't need to. But any other relationships that enter in your life or probably are already present in your life, they tend to become so much better. So much better. It's just a matter of realizing that forgiveness can do so much for us, which we did not think about before this. Or probably we did, but we did not put it into action. So this is all in terms of small, share of, what forgiveness can do to us, which is emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. And of course, when we forgiven, we can also allow loads of amounts of abundance, wealth, prosperity into our lives. It's all a matter of what emotions and what stuff are we holding up in our bodies. And when we release it, we actually tend to bring in all sorts of beautiful, good things into our lives. So let's start this journey of love. And I'll stop sharing here. So any questions, any thoughts that anybody has and would like to share, would like to probably ask anything, the space is open for you guys right now. And once when we're moving from here, we'll do a short meditation. So please keep yourselves free from any distractions and give this space to yourself. So any questions, any thoughts, anything you guys would like to share or say, or any questions to ask? Okay. So I believe that's a sign that everybody is ready to step into the meditation right away. Yeah. So first of all, find a place where you can put your feet on the ground. Adjust yourselves in a way that you can find some space to put your feet on the ground. And I'll quickly take you through a small understanding in terms of what we're going to do right now. So a body, this is something you see. We see hand, legs, face, body, torso, everything we see. And then there are organs that we don't see, that are inside, functioning. There are so many of those organs that are functioning, but we know they are, even though we don't see them, we know they are functioning. Likewise, there is an energetic system that is functioning, which we don't see. We still know it's functioning. In terms of our energetic system, there are chakras. Now, chakras are energy systems and energy centers in our body. We will not go into too much detail over here, but just very basic understanding that we have 7 major chakras in our body, which regulate different functions in our body. Let's say the heart chakra. So there's one chakra called heart chakra. The heart chakra takes care of a cardiovascular system. Likewise, so each chakra has different systems attached to it. The solar plexus chakra is associated to our digestive system. So which means that any kind of difficulty that we're facing in each of our systems inside our body is also an indication that the chakra is out of balance or the energy in that center is out of balance. So there are 7 chakras. Starting from here, there's one third eye, and then we have one throat, then heart, then one above the navel, one below the navel, and one near our pelvic area. So these are the 7 energy centers which are very important and major in our life. And in all of this, we could be, and all of them represent different kinds of emotions that we deal with, right? So each chakra, when it goes out of balance, which means there is a certain kind of emotion which is running out of balance in our body or in our heart or in our life at that point. So something like, I'll give you a very basic brief of it. The first one, which is near the pelvic area, deals with safety and grounding, which deals with your basic necessities, if your survival instinct is met or not. The second one, which is below the navel area, deals with our energy of creativity, in any way that creative energy is flowing or not flowing. The one above the navel is called solar plexus, and that deals with our power center, which means that are we in our power or not? Are we stepping into our fullness as an individual? So the fourth one is heart chakra, that of course deals with our emotions in terms of love, in terms of caring, sharing. Then we have throat chakra that deals with the expression, expression, communication, listening, all of these things in our life. And if in any way you're not able to do that, then that chakra is something that will show a lot of discomfort. The second last one is third eye. Third eye is about intuition and vision. So, you know, in a lot of in the mythological work, we'll talk about Tisri Aankh Khul Gayi kind of thing. So the Tisri Aankh is about seeing beyond what our physical eyes can see. That's about the vision. The last one is here, which is called Crown Chakra. This is about connection to the divine, connection to the source of energy, source of creation, which is anything, the energy which has created the planets, energy which has created the solar systems, energy which has created galaxies. It is not about a particular figure of gods as we see. It is not about a particular religion. It is just about a connection with that energy of creation, that energy which is pure love. So that is the energy of pure love. These are the centers, and with each center, when it goes out of center, with energy centers when they're off their charts, at that point there are different kind of difficulties that we go through in our physical space, in our emotional state, in our mental state, in our spiritual state. There are different things that we go through, and different kind of events lead to certain other kinds of emotions, and those emotions lead to beliefs, and again beliefs lead to other circumstances and stuff. So allow me a moment, please. All right. So now with forgiveness, right now, before we begin the meditation for forgiveness, what we would do is we would first just do a cleansing of all our energy centers, right? So I will be able to witness all of that for you. And as I ask for you to give me permission, I would say that if I have your permission to do it, please give me the permission, and I would be able to witness and release your system of any imbalances that there are right now to the extent you're ready for.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So please close your eyes. So first of all, please have your feet on the ground. Everyone, please, to yourselves, please have your feet on the ground and take a relaxed posture. Please do not be holding anything. Keep your hands free, and your feet on the ground, hands free, and just take a relaxing posture. Completely relaxing. You want to lie down, you want to sit down, anything that's completely welcome. And once you're ready, close your eyes. Close your eyes and slowly observe how your body is relaxing right now. As you're not engaged with anything, you're just engaged with your own self. See how your body is relaxing. And let's feel the body relaxing. Feel your scalp, the tightness in your scalp just go down. Slowly and slowly. It's feeling so relaxed, like your hair is just falling away. Not falling off, just falling away here and there. And your scalp is completely tension-free. Going down to your head, to your forehead, and all that stress that you collected from the day is now released. Is now going down and down and down. All that chaos, the confusion that you kind of have from the day is getting released. And you're feeling clarity, calmness come in right now. And further on, your eyelids are dropping. Yeah, just keep your eyes closed without the need to force it. Your eyelids are automatically dropping. Your body is right now relaxing. And each part of your body, which you may have sometime observed, you may not have observed, is now relaxing. It's coming back to its original state of being relaxed. Observe your eyebrows relax. Observe they're just relaxing. The entire stress and tension in your eyebrows is going away. Now moving to your cheeks, to your ears. Allow them to be just relaxed. If any thoughts are coming to your mind, that's perfect, completely fine. They will come. That's what their job is. All you get to do is come back to this focus of relaxing. That's it. Thoughts are fine. They will come and go. That's what they do. So observe your ears relaxing. Observe your cheeks relaxing. Now observe your jaw bones. The upper jaw, the lower jaw relaxing. And now you realize how much of stress there is on the jaws every single moment of our lives. There's so much, either we're talking or we're not, but there's so much stress that's a jaw is holding. It's getting relaxed, like relaxed, just in a position that it feels very comfortable. And then moving on, look at your shoulders, just feel your shoulders. What will happen if your shoulders were to just drop? Just drop. Relaxing, fully relaxing. And just releasing anything that's not serving you anymore. Anything that felt like a burden all day, probably all something that you're storing from before today. It's going away right now. And your shoulders are relaxed, free, completely free. Now moving down to your hands, to your chest. Just feel how your chest and your hands are now getting relaxed. Your hands are free. You can just see them fall. Just falling wherever they wish to. There's no strain, there's no stress. You don't have to hold anything. You don't have to hold on to anything. This is the time you get to release all that is not yours. All that you don't need, all that is not serving you. And now moving on to your diaphragm area, which is right under your chest, a little towards the lower chest area and above your stomach. Just imagine that or feel that relaxing right now. And that is relaxing. And now moving to your stomach. Your stomach. Did you feel anytime your stomach relax? Feel it now. Your stomach is relaxing. You're going from all that pressure to have digested, to eating, to digesting, to clearing. Now your stomach is just finding space to be relaxing, completely relaxing. And as we move forward, your fingers, the fingers of your hand are relaxing. Let them just fall where they would like to. Let them be the way they want to without maintaining a fist or an open hand or whatever. Just let them be. And that's the energy of relaxation you're allowing in your body. Now moving forward, witness or feel your pelvic region, your hip bone area relaxing now. Completely relaxing. It's just stress from the day or maybe earlier. So much of responsibility is now getting off. It's just feeling free, completely free. Moving further down, your pelvic region, your pelvic bones, your pelvic muscles are now feeling completely free and relaxed. And further down to your thigh area. You're just relaxing. There's nowhere to go to. You're just here. Sitting here, nowhere to run to, no job to do, no nothing to perform. You're right now in this moment, only relaxing. And further down to your knees. Now sending the energy of relaxation further down and down and down. Moving down. Releasing all that stress that your knees may have faced, at least in the day or anything that is collected. And moving down to your calf muscles, to your legs, to your feet, to your toes, and relaxing completely. You don't have to balance your weight on your feet. Find a place to sit or to lie down and allow your body to right now relax. And please don't do any of this when you're driving or in an active mode in any way. Right now is the moment to relax. So please stop, take a moment and find that relaxation. Allow your body to know what is relaxation of every single part in your body, at least to the ones that you see. And now sending this energy of relaxation to every organ inside your body that's constantly fighting, constantly going on without stopping. Allowing it to know that it can be relaxed and still function. So it's moving on and on and on. The relaxation is, this is the energy of relaxation available to you. And now feel into this. And everything that you push down, right from your above the head down to your feet, and which is heavy, which was heavy for you, you were carrying all of this, is now released to the ground, converted as energy, and brought back to you. Now see this energy coming back to you right from your feet and all through your body, going up till your head. So it's all moving in. It was stress which we just released of anything, just any burden that you were feeling. And now it's the energy which is going up and up and up and filling your body with relaxation, with love, with forgiveness. And anything that you've done through the day or anything, any memories that surface for you, you feel that you were angry, you were stressed, you were resentful, you were blaming, you were shaming, or that was done to you. All of that energy is now released, completely released. And as we do this, as we feel this energy rising up in your body of love and of forgiveness, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, fill your belly up, and do a count of 3 in and count of 3 out. So breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. So you have to hold it for 3 seconds when you're releasing. And each time when you do this, breathe in from your nose and release it from your mouth. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now feel this relaxation that's coming into your body. You can elongate that. This 1, 2, 3 could actually be made longer. And that's a practice that we get to do every single day. And then eventually the space of holding our breath increases. But for now, I'm keeping it short because I'm not sure how everybody is with their breathing systems at this point in time. So now, with closed eyes, let's observe the day today. Right from the morning, or probably if you have remains of your dreams, of your memories of your dreams, and anything that was hurtful or difficult or painful for you to go through those dreams, if they were nightmares in any way, just get a memory of that. And please know that you're safe right now. None of this is affecting you. We are just remembering and releasing, forgiving and releasing, loving and releasing. So all we're going to do is just have a mental memory of it and release that memory. We don't need to feel that in our body. We just need to have a mental memory. So go through everything that you've had in the day today, and you felt hurt, you felt judged, you felt compared, or you felt probably somebody was angry with you and they took out their own anger on you. If you felt somebody's resentment, you felt betrayed in any way, you felt hated upon in any way, or anything that you did not like in the day today, just think about it and allow that to be in front of you, not near you, at a safe distance in front of you. And one thing at a time, tell this, I forgive you and thank you. Now, when I say I forgive you, I mean that you need to allow that person, that place, that situation, observe and that you say that you forgive that situation, that person, that thing. It could actually be your mobile phone you were angry with, or you felt your mobile phone wasn't cooperating with you. Forgive your mobile phone. So it's not, forgiveness is not just for living beings, it's also for non-living things, because that's also energetic exchange. A conversation to go deeper some other time, but at this point in time, just look at anything that's not, probably your computer wasn't cooperating today. Maybe your vehicle did not cooperate. Maybe the AC or any kind of electronics in your house did not cooperate with you today. Look at that and just forgive it. Say, I forgive you. And at the same time, say thank you. And why is thank you so vital? Thank you so vital to say because there is a lesson that you've learned in this process of having to go through that experience and come out on this side. In this journey, there was a lesson learned. And we're just saying thank you to that experience to have taught us the lesson that we learned. And lessons are always good, healthy things, not things that are going to harm anyone in any way. Lessons are more to do with Probably learning compassion, probably learning love, probably learning to be consistent, maybe learning to be persistent in our actions. Anything, there could be so many things. Maybe just to value certain things and people in our life. So many things. Go through each thing or person or place that triggered you today and say thank you, or say I forgive you, and then say thank you. When you say I forgive you, you are disconnecting the energy between you and that thing, person, or place. And when you say thank you, you're actually channeling love between this person, place, or thing. It does not mean that the person, place, or thing has to be in your life. It just means that you are releasing yourself from that energetic karmic entanglement between you and that, whatever that may be. And then more. So, what are you doing? You are making space. You are right now making space. It does not matter if the other person is doing what they're doing. And we'll come to that when you allow forgiveness. So right now we're just looking at forgiveness. So let's forgive one thing at a time, one person at a time. And as you expand your awareness from the day, look at the week, the entire week that was. Anything that comes up for you when you feel this was very hurtful, I don't know how I would get through this in any way. Witness the same thing, see them at a safe distance from you. You are completely safe, they cannot harm you. And now just look at them and say, I forgive you. And then say thank you. And you don't have to be in a rush to remember all your memories right now. You don't need to. They will all come to you one thing at a time, but you can continue to practice with these 2 sentences. Each time something comes up for you, that you forgive and you thank. Right? So that's a cycle completion of the entire experience. And then moving to the month. How has this month been for you? We are today at 7th April, so probably from 7th March till 7th April, how has the month been for you? Or maybe all of March and a few days of April. How has this month been for you? Anyway, you felt hurt, you felt offended, you felt betrayed, or anything else. You felt attacked, you felt very unsafe. Let's forgive. Let's just forgive. And say, I forgive you. And then say, thank you. Now let's observe the year. In this whole year, who stands out for you strongly that you need to forgive? Who are you holding that rage, anger, bitterness against? Who are you holding it against? Let's release that. It's not yours. Your body needs to have better things, better health, better relationships, better money, better environment. Let's release that. Let's free you from that. And it's not a prerogative to know when the other person will be free from this. This is a decision they get to make. But all we're doing is deciding for ourselves that we get to be free from this. You're welcoming freedom into your life right now in so many aspects and more. And now observe your life, your entire life. When you were little, you were a young adult, or maybe before that. And then you were this adult. Probably your family, your neighbors, your spouses, your children, your work colleagues, your managers, probably subordinates, maybe the HR of the office, anything, anybody. Forgiveness is not just for people who hurt us deeply. It's very for even the smallest of things. Smallest. Because that's the amount of space we are making from small to big. So let's observe anyone and everyone that stands out. for you who's hurt you in any way. Let's forgive them. And again, going back the same thing, you look at them from far off distance. You are totally safe. They cannot hurt you in any way. And then say, I forgive you and thank you. Keep going with each person that comes to your mind right now. I'm holding this space for you guys. So please feel free. There's no rush. This is your time. This is your space. And any more that comes up, extend this circle, extend these people to maybe your newspaper vendor, to your milk vendor, to your vegetable wala, to your driver, to your maid. Look at everybody. Where have been those events when you were hurt by any of them? Maybe taxi drivers. And allow this energy that's been stored in your body for years together, which is not yours and doesn't need to be stored anymore. When you're making space for better things, let that energy go. Free that space. It's like if you want to bring new furniture in your house, you have to let go the old one. That's exactly what you're doing right now. Letting go what you don't associate with anymore and bringing in something that you really love. So allow that to go. Maybe a co-passenger sometime, somewhere. Anybody that stands out for you right now. Maybe you've been angry on beggars. Maybe you've been angry on the political system. Maybe you've been angry on the transport system. What all have you been storing? Maybe you're angry on the media. Look at every aspect. It just doesn't have to do with people in your house. It may have to do with any shopkeepers who sold you something you didn't want to buy, or you bought and something was not right. Allow this energy to come in. Say, I forgive you, and say thank you. And if you feel heavy in any way, if you feel stressed out, again take a deep breath. Center yourself into your breath. And you could put a hand on your heart and just say, I'm safe. Remind yourself that you're completely safe. This is a safe space. Completely safe. Non-judgmental, only made of love. So remind that to yourself right here. Put a hand on your heart and say, I'm safe if you feel agitated or angry in any way. And I am keeping this space for you full of love. Holding this space for you. So know you're completely safe. And if you guys are done, then again taking a deep breath. Again taking a deep breath. You can give me a thumbs up for me to know that you guys are through the process or you're still in it, so I can accordingly wait. for you to be there. All right, I get one. What about the others? Perfect. Anyone else? Cool. Okay. So, yeah, most of you are done. All right. So just take a deep breath again. Remember that you're fully connected to Mother Earth. You're fully connected to the ground. And just take a deep breath again at a count of 3. Maintain a count of 3. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And one more time. And one more time. And if you feel like taking more breaths, here they are for you. And now, there's one more person who we need to forgive. Any guesses who that is? Very important. We can't be complete.
Ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So the cycle is not complete until we've given ourselves the forgiveness we deserve. So, and why are we talking about forgiving ourselves? We was always right. We never made a mistake. But we did. Yeah, we just love to feel that we've never made any mistakes, or we've never hurt anybody, or we've never hurt ourselves. I mean, before anybody else, we've never hurt ourselves, but we have. There were times that you didn't listen to your heart. There were times that you knew something wasn't right, you would still do that. There were times when something was right, you wouldn't do that and probably feel bad later. So many times that have happened, such things have happened in your life. And did you get a chance to forgive yourself? So let's do that right now. Can close your eyes. Look at every single version of yours, right from the little tiny little you who would run around in the house. Anything that you did to hurt yourself or to hurt anyone else. And probably you never just forgave yourself for it, you're still holding that anger inside of you. Let's release that right now. With closed eyes, look at that version of yours, look at that person. Be it a child, be it an adult, be it you right now. Anything, young adult, adult, anybody. Who did you hurt? How did you hurt? And what can we do today? We can release those emotions that are not here for your highest good. And we can bring in the forgiveness that's needed to create the space for all the love there is. So the only path to self-love is to self-forgive. And that's what we're doing right now. Let's forgive ourselves for every time when we were probably not honoring ourselves, or we were not honoring other individuals, places, and things in our life in any way. Look at yourself in every version that you felt was hurtful, painful, and tell the same thing to that version of yours. We'll do a little bit more here this time. What will we say? First, look at them, look at you, different versions of you. Like we would see in these images, a child growing up to be an adult, and all the versions are available at the same time. That's how you see yourself right now. And you tell yourself, I'm sorry. Say that. Look at each version and say, I'm sorry. Deep inside of you, let your inner child know that you are feeling sorry right now and you're ready to close this now. Say, I'm sorry. Feel into that feeling. And then tell yourself, I forgive you. Again, to each and every version of yours. Say, I forgive you. And if any emotions are coming up for you, any sadness or sorrow is coming up for you, I'm totally holding the space for you guys in love. And know that you're completely safe. These are just events that have happened in the past. They are not here to hurt you anymore. We are freeing you from the storage of these emotions and events. That's all. You're fully loved, you're fully supported, you're fully safe right now. And just tell yourself that you forgive yourself. You forgive yourself fully and completely. fully and completely. And tell each version, I forgive you. Each version of you that was mean, that was unkind, that was unloving. Say, I forgive you. Moving from here, and say thank you to each version of you. Say thank you for every vital lesson that you picked up. Maybe you were learning to be more loving. Maybe you were learning to be more compassionate. Maybe you were learning to be kind. Maybe you were learning to have healthy boundaries. Maybe you were learning to know what's right for you, what's not. Maybe you were learning strength. There could be so many lessons you could be learning and so many more. Maybe you were learning to fight for yourself, but probably that wasn't the healthiest way too. Standing in your power, but that wasn't the best way to stand in your power. So we just say thank you for all the lessons that you may have learned on this journey. All the lessons that you may have learned on this journey. And now moving forward, look at every version of yourself. Every version. The one that you've forgiven just now, all of them. Look at them and say, I love you. Just say, I love you. And that's what you need, right? You need love from you. The first person to love you has to be you. Because you're teaching other people how to love you. So look at every version of yourself, who you were meant to hate. And today you're able to love that version of you. Tell yourself, I love you. And say it out aloud, I love you. And when you're able to accept the ugliest part of yourself, that's when you step into self-love fully. And that's stepping into forgiveness fully. Because when you can love the ugliest part of yourselves, you'll be able to forgive the ugliest part of other people without needing them to harm you anymore. And that's how we complete the circle of forgiveness. Move into love. So look at every part of you, look at everything. Even if you have hatred towards your body in any way, for medically not functioning properly, or maybe not looking the way you want for it to look at your body right now and tell that you love your body. Say, I love you. Touch your body and say, I love you. Touch that organ of your body that you don't like and say, I love you. Say, I love you to everything that you cannot accept in your life. When you say that I love you, feel that essence of love flowing in your body. And sending so much love right now, so much support right now for all of you. I just feel like filling a card while you guys are doing this. I'm shuffling for this card right now. Okay. When you're done, I'm really collecting the gifts. Okay. Let's see what card is coming out for us today. Okay. Wow. The card says birth. I'll just show it to you. The card says birth. Be receptive to a new idea, child or situation. Isn't this amazing? That we just made space and we're ready for birth. And birth does not mean a child only. Birth means anything, a new version of you, an idea or any inspiration. Birth can be anything, just anything. So what this card says is, this is a card of promise for the unicorns are waiting to help you bring the new. Expect good things to happen and remain open to gifts from these wondrous beings. And you could affirm to yourself saying, I expect new and wondrous things to arrive in my life. How beautiful and aligned. I'm totally amazed. I am totally amazed. Well, this is a unicorn card collection, so hence the unicorn conversation came here. So it's totally amazed at this. All right. So whenever you guys are ready, we have the next step. It's time to collect our gifts. All the kids are now here, fully loving themselves, adoring themselves. Yes, the little you, right? Now time to collect the gifts. So what all lessons did you intuitively feel? Did you have messages that you learned? Let's collect all of them. This is this bag out here you have, and you're here to collect all those lessons in that bag. Collect each one of them that you felt throughout the journey that you went through today in forgiveness. Collect each of those lessons, take that bag like a Santa bag, take that bag, put one lesson at a time and then another lesson at a time, and see how much of wisdom, what a wiser person you've become by those experiences. And there's really no need to hold that grudge, that bitterness anymore. All you do is just love the lessons that you've taken on from those places. And as you're doing this, look at that bag that you've collected. It's like a big bag of lessons. And you are welcome to love. So welcome to love. Hug yourself tightly and say, I welcome myself to love. Just hug yourself. Not once, not twice, a few times. Just say, I love myself and I welcome myself into love. I forgive myself, I forgive others, and I welcome myself to love. Well, I just feel inspired to also give you some downloads. What are downloads? Downloads are basically charged affirmations that immediately go into your subconscious without having to repeat them again and again and again. So if all of you are ready, how do downloads work? The download is like a new program in your computer, which is here, your supercomputer. Your supercomputer is your mind. So downloading a new program, we've just removed viruses. Now we have space. Let's get some good programs on your computer. So how does that work? When I say a sentence, you say yes to bring it into your life so that your mind knows you're asking for it to come into your life. So if you're ready for that, you say yes to yourself, or you could say it out loud. It's the same thing. Works the same way. The idea is for your mind to know that you're welcoming that into your life, right? It's not for me to know. My job is to offer it to you. It's your job to receive it. So that's it. All right. So, wow. Do I have your permission to send you lots of love? Lots and lots of love. So if you would like that, please say yes and receive it.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all. Right. Would you like to know what it feels like for you to forgive and learn the lessons in the highest and best way possible with ease and grace without creating any more crisis? Would you like to know that? Please say yes and receive it. Would you like to know what it feels like for you to forgive and that you can forgive with ease and grace? If you would like that, please say yes and receive it.
Yes.
Thank you. Would you like to know what it feels like for you to be forgiven and that you deserve to be forgiven? If you would like that, please say yes.
Of course, yes.
And would you like to know that you have receptors for forgiveness of yourself and others, and you allow yourself to be forgiven?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. I.
Yeah. All right. So I will repeat that one. Also, you know what it feels like for you to have receptors of forgiveness of yourself and others, and you allow yourself to be forgiven and you allow yourself to forgive. If you would like that, please say yes and receive. And would you like to know what it feels like for you to be forgiven at all times with ease and grace and be loved fully and unconditionally? If you would like that, please say yes. And would you like to know what does the embrace of love and forgiveness feel like in your life? If you would like that, please say yes. This feels so calming and beautiful. Would you like to know that you deserve all the good things that life has to offer, that this universe has to offer, and that you make space for it? If you would like that, please say yes. Integrating all this that we've done today. If you would want that, please say yes, and you can open your eyes. Wonderful. All right. Yeah. There was this quote that I read, and it was very beautiful. It says, "To err is human, and to forgive is divine." And we're opening our connection to the divine with that. The divine in us. It's not about anyone else out there. It's the divine in us. We're all made of energy of creation, right? We were also created at some point. So it's just connecting with ourselves. Well, yep, that's all there is today. I will stop recording so that you guys can freely share what you'd like to share. So thank you so much for joining me today.